The old lighthouse on Black Rock Point had been abandoned for decades, its once bright beam now a ghostly memory. So, when distress signals began emanating from it, the town of Ravens Hollow buzzed with unease. A group of explorers, driven by curiosity and a thirst for adventure, decided to investigate. As they approached the lighthouse, the air grew colder and an eerie silence enveloped them. The leader, Mark, a seasoned explorer with a knack for uncovering secrets, pushed open the creaking door. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the scent of the sea. Cobwebs draped over rusted machinery, and the walls seemed to whisper secrets of the past. "Look at this," whispered Sarah, the group's tech expert, pointing to an old radio transmitter. It was the source of the distress signals. "But how is it working?" "There's no power here." Mark's eyes narrowed. "Only one way to find out. Let's head up." The spiral staircase groaned under their weight as they ascended. Each step felt like a journey through time, the walls adorned with faded photographs of long-gone lighthouse keepers. At the top, they found the lantern room, its massive lens covered in grime. But what caught their attention was a peculiar, glowing portal in the center of the room. "What is that?" gasped Jake, the youngest of the group, his eyes wide with a mix of fear and fascination. Mark approached the portal cautiously. "It looks like a gateway, but to where?" Before anyone could react, the portal pulsed, and a powerful force sucked them in. They tumbled through a vortex of swirling lights and landed in a place that defied logic. The sky was a swirling mass of colors, and the landscape was a twisted version of their world, frozen in time. "Where are we?" Sarah's voice trembled. Mark scanned the horizon. "I think we're in another dimension. Look, everything's still. Time doesn't move here." As they ventured further, they noticed shadows lurking in the corners of their vision. Malevolent creatures with glowing eyes and twisted forms began to emerge, their movements fluid and unnatural. "We need to get out of here," Jake urged, panic rising in his voice. But the portal had vanished, leaving them trapped. The creatures closed in, their intentions clear. They were hungry for fresh victims. Mark's mind raced. "We need to find another way back. There has to be a way." They stumbled upon an ancient structure, a mirror image of the lighthouse but even more decayed. Inside, they found cryptic symbols and an old journal, its pages filled with the ramblings of a previous explorer who had been trapped there. "According to this, the portal can be reopened with a specific sequence of actions," Sarah deciphered. "We need to recreate the conditions that brought us here." As the creatures closed in, the group worked frantically, following the journal's instructions. They aligned the symbols, chanted the incantations, and finally, the portal began to shimmer back into existence. "Hurry!" Mark shouted as the creatures lunged. One by one, they leaped through the portal, the last of them narrowly escaping the grasp of the malevolent beings. They landed back in the lantern room, the portal closing behind them with a final, resounding pulse. Breathless and shaken, they looked at each other, the weight of their experience settling in. The lighthouse was silent once more. The distress signals ceased. "We need to seal this place," Mark said, his voice firm. "No one else should ever go through what we did." As they left the lighthouse, the sun began to rise, casting a warm glow over Black Rock Point. The group knew they had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death, and the lighthouse would remain a silent sentinel, guarding its dark secret. But in the back of their minds, they couldn't shake the feeling that the malevolent creatures were still watching, waiting for the next group of curious souls to stumble upon the gateway to the dimension where time stands still.